Alright, this is Asheville. This is a very good soldier map. Lots of good bombs you can do. For the rollout, I mean, you're just going to be whipping your heavy. Make sure you whip give your engineer and sniper a couple whips too, because if your sniper gets there early, it's very good for them. But you're pretty much just whipping all the way to here. Then there's two things you can do. You can either run up the stairs, and then either just do a fast bomb like this, like that, and then you'll usually die, but you should be going for a sniper medic or demo in those typically. The other thing you can do in this bomb is if their scout is on roof, you can jump here and then just shoot the scout, like hold S, land on roof, and then shoot the scout. And usually you can get a good rocket on him and force him off, and then drop off real quick. And if you have enough HP, you can either rebomb over roof, not like I just messed up. You can rebomb over roof, or you can go into under and get the pack, and then try to come up their side. But typically, for lower divisions, I would just recommend fast bombing, and make sure you aren't holding control when you bomb. I don't know how you play. I don't know. I've never seen you play, but make sure you don't hold control when you bomb because it makes it a lot easier to deny you. And for this bomb specifically, I would try to land behind, like against this wall, so they have to turn around to shoot you. Most of the time, you'll probably die either before you hit the ground or right as you hit the ground. But if you are able to get to the wall, it's pretty good because it distracts them quite a bit. And then the other thing you can do on mid is run out shutter and jump to the enemy's bats, two rockets like this. And then usually you'll be getting here right as the NG is walking up and he's holding his mini in his hand to put down. So usually you can kill him pretty easily, especially if your scout also pushes over roof with you. And if you're really fast, you might even body block the enemy soldier. But if you don't, and you just kill the NG, get past him, you don't even have to kill the NG, you can also just, go past him. Just come to shutter as fast as you can, and then get through, get some rockets on all these players who probably aren't looking at you. If the pyro is looking at you, if the pyro's turned around or whatever, you can either just try to outplay him, or you can literally just go back and then come all the way around ramp, get this pack around here, and then do like a small jump like this. It really just depends what the situation is. Most of the time, you'll be able to just walk through shutter, get a few rockets off, and then die. You'll be a huge nuisance basically, and that's pretty much most of the time on Asheville Soldier, especially on mids. You're gonna die almost every time. The only time you won't really die is if you do the behind play and come into their shutter and your team is winning the mid and you're pretty much just here to get a bunch of cleanup kills. But most of the time you'll probably die on mid. That's alright. And then on stalemate, if your team loses the mid and you're waiting to repush, usually you're either gonna be on bats waiting to bomb during the dry fight, which I'll talk about in a second, or you're gonna be here with your NG, or possibly if your sniper wants to come peek ramp, he'll be here as well. Usually enemy soldiers will either be playing on roof right here or just kind of in the general area. It's a bit hard to get splash here because you do have to kind of jump to hit this. So when you are pushing this, just kind of be wary. Make sure you have hit scan, your engineer, scout, whatever's with you, because it is also kind of hard for them to get spam on you as well. But it's a lot easier. But once you do have ramp control and their soldier jumps away or whatever, this is a really powerful spam angle, kind of just shooting all around here. But while you're doing this, just make sure you keep one rocket loaded in case their soldier jumps you. So say I'm like spamming here, he jumps me, I can like jump back. Well, I didn't press shoot, but I can jump back either in here or just jump up to dodge his rockets and give myself a chance to actually win the DM fight. And also be wary of a sniper peeking you. You can also do jumping spam like this. It's a lot harder to shoot you. Good snipers, it's not too hard for them to shoot you, but sometimes, it just depends on the sniper. And also, if their heavy's playing on boxes, you can just walk all the way over here and spam him out, so that way you aren't really in the sniper silent, he would have to walk all the way up to shoot you. But yeah, and then once your team starts pushing, there are a couple different things you can do from ramp. You can either do the high bomb like this, and sink rockets like that, and you can either land on your bats, just so you're staying alive and ready to refight, rebomb, getting the pack and ready to rebomb, or you can bomb directly into their ramp like this, sink two rockets. If their medic's playing back, very good. If not, then just try to get damage in. Damage anywhere is always good. And then you either want to try to land on roof or land back here, where you can quickly hide behind this metal thing. And either try to go behind, get the pack, and then flank shutter, or come back here and just do a little jump like this. Just depends how much HP you have, really. And the other thing you can do from ramp is you can go behind, or just a little jump over roof. And then from here, if they have a NG playing here, a sniper playing here, I would definitely recommend asking your scout to come with you if he's able to. Like if your demo doesn't want your scout in the push, then I would definitely ask him to go over their roof and go behind with you. Because once you are behind, you can cause a lot of chaos, especially on a map like Asheville, where there are so many tight corners and shutters. You can just sit in the shutter, just spam rockets out, and then if somebody pushes you, you can just back up, close the shutter, wait for them to open it, and then if you're low, you can just leave, go get the pack, And this right here, flanking from here, just doing this little jump over is very strong, especially if they like aren't ready for it. But other than that, that's if your team is refighting and you're on ramp. And then if you're on bats and they're refighting, there are a couple different bombs you can do. The ones I like the most are the really short ones that only require one rocket, like this. And once again, either landing against this wall or landing on roof itself. So if there's scouts playing here and your demo gets a sticky on him, he's probably going to be standing back here waiting to get rebuffed. And if you jump, you can usually get a good splash rocket on him, force him off roof. And then you can just spam down on them. You'll probably die pretty fast, but if you have good timing, which it might take some time to learn, but if you do have good timing, your team will be able to take advantage of them looking at you on roof. Because not many people can actually shoot you while you're up there. Since heavies usually play against this wall, he won't really be able to shoot you. Pyros can't really do damage at this range. He'll maybe shoot you with a detonator if he's got a shotgun. But the only people who can really kill you up here are Scout, NG, and Sniper. And if the sniper's looking at you, then your sniper should be able to take a lot of space, get a kill, get some kind of trade. If the scout's looking at you, he's in order to actually like do enough damage to kill you quick enough, he'll have to like jump up to fight you, which will give you a chance in a DM battle. And of course, engineer is engineer. If he's sitting here wrangling a mini, not much you can do about it from bats. But yeah, pretty much it. The demo is the only one who can really arc projectiles up here. So if he does that, then you know your demo will be able to take a lot of space and walk. Another good bomb is from down here. It's a lot lower, but you know, it still gets you over the roof, and they don't really have time to react to it until it's too late, especially if you go low and do something like that. And the other thing you can do from bats, while your team is refushing, if you just jump up here, shoot rockets, whoever's on roof, the scout, the pyro, the NG, whoever may be up here, and you get some good splash down here. If the sniper's playing toxic, the heavy's playing here. Basically, wherever you think your damage would be best, you can shoot from up here. But you are very vulnerable up here, especially scout on roof, you know, sniper playing in shutter, playing on bats. You know, anybody can shoot you while you're up here. Even the enemy soldier across the map can shoot you. Just be aware, you're probably only going to be able to get a few rockets and then have to drop off and either get an arrow from your medic or just jump back to the back. And then another good spam angle from ramp over roof, splashing the mini if it's on fans. This is very helpful for your team because when there's a mini here, nobody can really get it except your sniper. And if your sniper's shooting at the mini, then that gives the other sniper uh, gives the other sniper a chance to, you know, SVS and win the SVS and kill them very easily. So being able to spam over roof and do this is very helpful for your team, especially your scout, because it'll open up a lot of the map. And also if the sniper's called playing on fans, like playing over here, you can also still spam him out, you know. Take some time, learn the spam angles. It won't do that much damage, but it'll do enough damage where he won't be full buffed unless he's being constantly healed. And eventually it'll push him off. But of course, like I said before, just be careful. Always keep a rocket loaded, so if the other soldier does jump you, you have a chance in a DM fight, or you can also just jump away. And then if you are holding point, there are a couple different things you can do. Usually you'll be playing on ramp, and then depending on how aggressive your team is playing, you can either be sitting here. This is a very good angle, especially on stock. I think you said you were a stock player, so being here is very good for stock because you can shoot around this corner very easily. But of course, just be careful the sniper doesn't wide peek bats. This is only really viable if your team is playing up and they'll be able to cover, like prevent him from peeking bats. If not, you can also just play here. Always try to play close to this left side because if you play this back wall, very easy to splash you from the enemy soldier. So playing up like this just makes it a lot harder for him to actually get splashed on you. And make sure you can see like when they start to walk up these stairs, like right here, so you know when somebody's coming to fight you. And also, if your spy is around, he'll probably call like, "Oh, there's 3 people coming to fight you. Ramp, the pyro's coming, blah blah blah." And if it's a situation where it's going to be more than a one-on-one, it's much better to just play your life. You can either back up to like the back of roof right here, and then just play slow spam. And then once you lose HP, you know, drop off, get an arrow, or go get the pack, or go get the pack on bats, just depending on, you know, what the situation calls for. But of course, same thing. Sniper very easily can kill you. Just be aware if your team's playing back. You know, you need to be more aware of sniper. And if your team is playing back like this, you either need to be playing very aggressive up here, in which case you will have no support and you'll have to rely on your mechanics themselves, or you can be playing back here and waiting to bomb when an enemy team pushes, or waiting to see if their soldier comes to your bats and then you can fight him. But if you are bombing, you know, same bombs as before. Pretty much the same bombs as like the mid fight. Just one rocket off it here. Another bomb you can do. You can do a high bomb off of this thing. If they're like on point and pushing your team, this bomb's really good because you can reload a rocket. So that way when you can get 1 rocket off in the air and 2 when you land, assuming you live long enough, of course. But high bombs are really good right now. That's like the meta because they're harder to deny. And then of course this bomb as well. If they're like what dropping off bats can be good. And then if you guys are sacking and their medic is playing in Shutter, it's very hard to actually get to that medic. There are two ways you can counter this. So I have one theory bomb that I've never done in a match, but I've done it like scrims and things, and it works sometimes. But it's like, okay, I messed it up. It's really weird. The problem with it is it leaves you with one rocket, so it's hard to do anything with one rocket. So you're kind of relying on your team to finish off whoever you damage. But you just do like a quick 3 rocket jump, land here, land somewhere on fans, and that way you can shoot down at whoever it is. Or if the medic is playing in Shutter, you can just drop off real quick and then maybe get a rocket in his face. You'll probably be dead because there's probably going to be a mini here, but you never know. Maybe you'll get lucky. And then the other bomb you can do, go to their bats. If he's playing in Shutter, it's very good to go bomb like this. I missed the strafe, but you can strafe in here and land in, cause a lot of chaos. And usually the power will be looking towards Shutter, so if you're fast enough, you won't have time to react to your first rocket, and you won't be able to air blast it. And you just jump past the engineer, the sniper, whoever's playing on bats, just ignore them. If you're sacking, you're just going for the medic anyway. And the other thing, when you're bombing, especially doing a sack bomb, don't hold control. I don't know, I've never seen you play, so I don't know if you do this, but holding control makes it a million times easier to deny you because you take more knockback while you're holding control. I didn't know that till like my 3rd season, but I think it's very important, and a lot of soldier players probably don't realize that. That's just one thing. You can also do jumps like this. There are a lot of little ramps like this. I mean, it's called ramp. You can do a lot of little ramp slides to get behind very fast if you actually hit them. uh, like this, and then you can grab the pack real fast. And if you're fast enough, they don't have time to react, and they're just waiting here to repush. You can jump up, get a lot of damage, maybe get a sniper, get a medic, something like that. And of course, always coordinating with your spy on this map is very strong because it is very hard for spies to play this map. Most spies end up running Dead Ringer and just playing Gun Spy, which, it's really good. There's a reason everyone does it. But also, it's very easy to coordinate with your spy on this map because if, say, you're bombing over roof, you're doing like just like a normal whatever bomb, just like this, landing here like this. Your spy is sitting here ready to decloak. The pyro is going to look at him 100% of the time, and if the sniper's playing back in toxic, he's probably going to look at you as well. So your spy will probably get a free decloak, and he probably won't be able to get the medic because the medic will be like spamming AD like this, trying to dodge your rockets. But he can probably get the demo or a heavy. Probably not the heavy because the heavy will be too far away. But the demo usually stands right around here, so maybe your spy can get a good pick. Definitely coordinating on all your pushes. Definitely highly recommend every Koth map, especially this one though. Trying to think if I forgot anything. Oh yeah, this position. This position right here above Shutter, it's very strong. So they can't see you yourself, but they can see your rocket launcher sticking out. So if you crouch and look at the ground like this, they can only see like the edge of it around like the corner of the barrel. And most of the time they won't actually realize that you're there unless there's somebody on ramp who spots you or like their spy rolling out spots you. So sometimes you can get really lucky here. If they walk out Shutter and they're not ready for you, you can get just so much damage here. And then even if they try to retreat into Shutter, you can chase them very quickly. But yeah, like I said, if they know about you, it's also kind of hard to deal with. The only real way to deal with it is to have their demo or their soldier come here and spam you like this, because hit scan can't really get you from here unless they're on ramp. And if they're on ramp, you can just jump them. You can either jump them and fight them, or you can just jump away. It's up to you. And then of course hiding down here. I don't really like hiding down here on soldier. I think that's better for like heavies or NGs, scout, whatever. But I mean, you can do it. It's possible. It's just a lot harder for you to do things. There's better ways for you to get damage, in my opinion. But main thing is the spam angle, so strong. Just be careful of snipers and enemy soldier jumping you, as well as the spam angle here to fans. Very important, very helpful for your team. Getting this mini down allows your scout to do a lot. Oh yeah, and this bomb. This bomb over to bats. While your team has point and enemy team is sitting over here on bats waiting to push, getting ready to push, whatever. A lot of soldiers will do this. And they'll land here and they'll try to get the sniper, try to get the medic, whoever's there. In my opinion, this is kind of a troll bomb. I think it's kind of bad. It's very hard to actually get something here because most of the time you'll get spotted very easily. But if you have like very good timing, especially if you're coordinating with your spy, it can be very strong. Like if you do that bomb while somebody has vision of you, so you know that they're going to be expecting it, nobody's going to be looking behind. Your spy will get a free decloak most of the time. Right here, right behind them, they won't even have time to react to the decloak sound, even if they do have play with sound on. but still a very good bomb. Sometimes, just be careful. Also, just playing here in general, very strong since you are a splash class. You don't even have to peek the corner, you know, you can just shoot like this. Although it is a left-handed corner, so it might be a bit harder, but it is very easy to just get good damage here. But remember, always keep one rocket loaded. So if their scout jumps to fight you, you can just, you know, jump away real quick, jump back to your medic, get an arrow, jump to a pack. Making sure you live is also very important, especially in downtime. Also, playing on roof, also possible for soldier. If you're not too concerned with ramp, you can play here. Very good spam angle here as well. But it's always, you know, be careful of snipers sitting back here, back there. I think that's pretty much it. I think the main things for this map are if you want to go behind, you need to call it. Because your team needs to know that their soldier won't be able to do anything for 4 or 5 seconds, however long it takes for you to jump behind, something like that. And if you want to go behind to enemy bats during downtime, doing a quick jump like this, definitely recommend bringing your scout, getting your spotted decloak on bats, killing the NG who's usually here, or if their snipers playing bats, or if their soldiers playing here trying to deny you. Definitely coordinating so you have numbers advantage when you're fighting them. But yeah, I think that's about it. If you have any questions, of course, just DM me.